What is going on, everybody? Back at it again with another YouTube video. And today, I'm in a lot better of a mood than I was yesterday. If you guys did not already see my two rants on Howie Roseman's drafting abilities this year in the first two rounds, and my Dallas Cowboys CeeDee Lamb video, you guys have been killing it with the views, with the likes. I appreciate all the support. And as an Eagles fan, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are also Eagles fans, I appreciate it. I really do. Obviously with no sports, we were looking forward to this draft for a very long time at this point, in the year. There's no baseball, no basketball, no hockey, and there should be two sports that have playoffs right now. So obviously it is very tough to, handle all of this. And when Howie Roseman decides to take a quarterback in the second round for a backup position, you tend to get a little mad. So, if you haven't already, check out my video from yesterday on the Jalen Hurts pick. Give that a like. Comment down below what you think of it. And, most importantly, leave a subscribe so we can keep growing as a big, family. I love posting. I love putting out content, and I just love doing it. Two videos will be out today. This one is on Jalen Reagor, our first round pick at 21. I'm going to give you some of my takes, my inputs on it, and then I'm going to give you the stats and, the things that I've been hearing around Jalen Reagor. All right. So to get in, Jalen Reagor, 5'11", 205 pounds, 21 years old, from TCU in his junior year. At the Combine, his 40-yard dash time was a 4.47. At his pro day, he clocked in at a 4.25 and a 4.22. That is a huge difference. A 4.22 puts you in that first round. It puts you in that first round pick. A 4.47, picking him at 21, when you see that he ran a 4.47 on draft night when we picked him at 21, I questioned it. I did. I had Jalen Reagor on my draft board, going in the second round. Now Denzel Mims went 59th to the Jets. Brandon Ayuk went in the first round a little bit after Reagor, and Justin Jefferson went right after Reagor at 22. Obviously, Ruggs went first to the Raiders, then Judy went to the Broncos, and Lamb obviously went to the Cowboys. So, do I think we personally overvalued this pick? That's the big question mark for me. Did we overvalue the pick just a little bit? I think yes. I do think we maybe overvalued the pick just a little bit. I think you could have gotten Jalen Reagor, later in that round or early in the next round. I think you could have traded back and, maybe gotten a couple picks like they did today in the 5th, the 4th, the 6th, and the 7th round. And I'll get into that. I'm going to do a draft review, just a simple draft review after this, just explaining my thoughts, my opinions, and everything like that on, who the Eagles have selected in the 2020 NFL Draft. Now, Jalen Reagor. I like the kid. I really do. I love his work ethic. I love his ability to get open. I love his breakaway speed. And, obviously we need that. Now, the Eagles did make a trade today for Marquise Goodwin from San Fran. I'm pretty sure we traded him for where we swapped 6th round picks and we got Marquise Goodwin. He's a 29-year-old speed guy. When he's healthy, he has value. When he's not, obviously he has no value. He's kind of like a Deshaun type player, just not as good. And in this year's draft, we drafted a couple guys that are like Deshaun Jackson in the sense of he's a speed guy. Reagor, 5'11", speed guy. I know it says 4.47, but in his pro day, a 4.22, 4.25. I mean, that's insane. That's Tyreek Hill speed. Now, again, I like the pick. I'm not saying I don't. Knowing what I know now, would I still have stayed at 21? No, not at all. I'm sorry, but I am trading that second round pick if I knew the outcome from yesterday. I am. There's no shot I am keeping the second round pick that got you Jalen Hurts when you could have gotten CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, Odell, D-Hop, Stephon Diggs. You could have gotten a lot with that second round pick, and you chose to stay. And Howie, I mean, this is where you can outsmart people, or this is where you can completely screw yourselves for years. And here's why. Now, obviously we are in a time right now with a pandemic. We are not having sports. We don't know how long it's going to be. With that being said, if, and obviously we all know the other reason why, if Carson Wentz goes down, knock on wood he doesn't. I mean, honestly, he's our franchise guy. He's our franchise guy. We paid him $120-something million. Obviously, you want Carson Wentz to stay healthy. Why wouldn't you? That's just dumb if you don't. But drafting Jalen Hurts it wasn't a good move. I'm never going to say it's a good move to draft a backup in the second round. But that pick could have value one day. It could. And it could have value next year. It could have value this season. One starting quarterback goes down. They're coming for Jalen Hurts. They're coming for him. He's a second round talent. If he comes out in the draft last year, he probably goes in the first round. Honestly. I don't think Jalen Hurts is that great. Obviously, he wasn't a first round pick. He was a second round pick at 53 for the Eagles. But teams could value him. He's a Lamar Jackson RG3 type of player. And no, it is not why you think I'm saying that. They're athletic guys. They can stay in the pocket. They can move. They have an okay accuracy, potential. They have potential. And obviously with Phillip Rivers in Indianapolis now, they drafted the one kid. They drafted a quarterback, and I understand that he's probably going to be their guy. But Tampa Bay and New Orleans, once those two are gone, once Brady and Breeze are gone, what's left? Because I know they're not using Taysom Hill. I know it. And you don't have a backup right now that's going to step in and be as good as a Jalen Hurts could be. And, obviously with Carson Wentz's injury problems, yes, it is important to have a backup on this team. I just feel that it was a terrible move by Howie Roseman to draft a backup quarterback when you have a guy like Jameis Winston, when you have a guy like Cam Newton out there in free agency that are looking for jobs. You just take a shot with them, they'll get the job done. That is my problem. That is my 1,000% problem with this, is that there's guys out there and you wasted a second round pick instead of getting help for Carson Wentz. Because, let's be honest, his best season was his best year with receivers. Torrey Smith, a Nelson Aguilar that could catch, Alshon Jeffrey, Zach Ertz was breaking records. Trey Burton. You had these guys that would just catch the ball. And you throw him the slop that he had last year. Greg Ward, Deontay Burnett, Robert Davis. It's going to take a toll on the guy. And a cheap shot to the back of the head from a guy that's diving at him that wasn't even flagged, which still, to this day, makes me angry. I was at that game, and I sat there, and everybody was looking at me like I was an idiot because I was standing up freaking out because I'm the only one that saw Carson Wentz get killed by Jadeveon Clowney on a late hit. I swear to you, I was up out of my seat saying, "Ref, are you going to call the flag? Are you going to call that late hit?" And everybody looked at me and was like, "What are you talking about? There was no late hit." We all saw the replay, and I was right. A late hit from Jadeveon Clowney on Carson Wentz. Now, yeah, I might have gotten a little bit off topic, but, the Jalen Hurts pick just still bothers me. It just bothers me. So, obviously, Jalen Reagor was a junior in his 3 years at TCU. He had 148 receptions, 2,248 yards. He caught for an average of 15.2 yards per catch. He had 22 touchdowns receiving. He rushed for 35 times, 324 yards, 9.3 yards per rush, and 2 touchdowns. So he had 24 touchdowns and over 2,500 yards. Now, in his junior year, I'm not even going to add the rushing stats because he didn't even score. He had like 6 carries. He didn't score. In his junior year, 43 receptions, 611 yards, 14.2 average, and 5 touchdowns. Now, is that the reason why Jalen Reagor might have fallen off some people's draft boards in the first round? That, I think, yes, and also because of his 40 time. When you have a smaller guy like Jalen Reagor, who's under 6 foot, who's a bit bigger for his size at 205, when you have him running a 4.47, people don't like that. They want speed. And I think we got a gem in the draft. I just think the gem that we found was taken a little too early. I know that might sound confusing, but that's how I think it is. I really honestly believe that Howie could have gotten him later in the draft. Not at 53, but I think he could have gotten him at 40, at 43, 44, somewhere around there, 39, 36. I think you could have traded up to get him, or traded back to get him. But in a whole, I do like the Jalen Reagor pick. I think he's going to be a very good player for a very long time for this team. Yes, he's not the superstar wide receiver that we all wanted in Lamb and Judy and Ruggs and Hopkins and Odell and Diggs. But he's good. He could become great. It's just a matter of time. We need to give this kid some time. The first 2 days of the draft were rough for Eagles fans. And, even today, why would you trade with the Cowboys so they can get their center? I don't understand that. That was my one big, why, Howie, why of the day. But that's it for this video. Obviously, I'm a lot more calm than yesterday. If you haven't already, check out my latest 2 videos. You guys have absolutely killed it with the likes, the comments, and the views. And I love it. Let's keep it up. More draft videos on the way. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe so we can keep growing to be one of the greatest YouTubes for Philly sports on this app. Thank you all for watching. Go Birds. I'm out. Peace.